Hey folks, it's Nick over at Outdoor Theory. I thought I'd shoot a quick video today. I just purchased a portable outdoor stove. It'll be my first time using it, so I thought I would go out in the woods. Maybe we'll boil some water, have some tea, and have just a quick discussion about outdoor cooking in general. I hope you enjoy. Okay folks, so like I said, I purchased an outdoor stove, and it's a portable stove. You can see I have my little bush pot here, and inside my bush pot is this little container that has a stove in it, and I also have the fuel that I would use with this stove. The stove I bought is made by MSR, and I believe the name of it is the Pocket Rocket 2. Inside this little canister I have the stove folded up and a mini Bic lighter. The stove actually packs down very small. You can see it folded up, it's much smaller than my hand. And what I like about this particular one is that even though it's small, it's still very robust. In the middle here, this is the wind guard. So if the wind's blowing in any direction, it's gonna block the wind one of three ways. You can see these little hinges right here. They're gonna fold out and then up. So this is how you engage the supports for your pot. All right. Inside here you can see that's where it connects to the gas. There's a little O-ring inside, so just be careful of that. You don't want to damage your O-ring. And this is your valve for the fuel. So it's very straightforward. I mean, I love the simplicity about this. It's just, how quick is that? It really just folds up very quickly, conveniently. I mean, it's tiny. Like I said, you can see it fits right in the palm of my hand. So I was very impressed by that. I love this design, and it's all, like I said, it's all metal. There's nothing on here that I could ever see really breaking. There's plenty of these little fuel cans available. So these canisters here, they come in two sizes. I found that this size right here fits well into my bush pot. I think the smaller size should fit well into my cup here. So I'm thinking, like, if I'm bringing the stove out on a day hike, I'm going to get the smaller fuel canister and fit it inside my cup, because I generally only bring the bush pot with me when I'm camping or doing a 1 or 2 day overnighter. So like I said, the cup is usually what I'll bring with me, because generally I'm just going to be making some tea, or maybe I'll make a little oatmeal or even some soup, and if I'm by myself, the cup is a great size for that. But the bush pot's nice if you have like 1 or 2 people or 3 people with you, or like I said, a couple days, or you want to make a little bit bigger of a meal. But as far as the stove goes, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. It screws into the top of the fuel canister, and you're gonna lose a little fuel when you screw this in. Don't be alarmed by it. It's just, it's gonna happen. So you can hear a little hiss like that, but it's only 1 second. And that's about it. I mean, you want to make sure this is screwed down nice and tight. What's nice about this particular stove is this metal piece in the bottom won't allow you to over tighten the stove. Straightforward. What I'm going to do is I brought some water along with me. I'm going to pour about 16 ounces of water in this cup. And this is cold water. I've been outside for quite a while so far today. I'm going to see how long it's going to take this stove to boil the water. Okay, so right there, 16 ounces. I'm going to take our lighter, turn our stove on again. So I started my time just now. It's probably 20 seconds in. I'm not really one of those people who's going to say like, oh, like, you know, this is 3 seconds faster than something else. If it boils water within like 3-4 minutes, I'm probably pretty happy with that. I watch these videos, guys are like, oh, this one's like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. This one's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, it really depends a lot on the ambient temperature and how cold it is. It's 28 degrees right now. So it's pretty cold out. I expect it to take a little bit longer. I have my lid on top, but I have a vented lid, so it's, you know, it probably take a little longer with that too. And I don't have my lid sealed on. I don't really feel a need to do that. I did bring some tea with me today. So we're gonna, after this is boiling, we're gonna take it off and let it cool down and then steep some tea. So while this is heating up, I will say that the stove itself is very loud. Now, it's not really a concern. I'm not going to be like using this while I'm deer hunting. It's really going to be for, you know, a day that I may go for a hike like today, or I could see myself bringing it fishing with me in my bag and stopping streamside to have like a, you know, some cowboy coffee or some tea. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the stability of it. I haven't had the bush pot on it, which is a little bit larger, but as far as the cup goes here, I mean, this is fine. I would say that if I was doing this on the ground, I would definitely clear some of the leaves around it, and I might even take the heel of my boot and flatten the ground out a little bit to seat the fuel canister. We're about 2 minutes in right now, and I'm already getting bubbles in there. It's not a rolling boil yet, but it's starting. So I mean, that's pretty quick. If I was, you know, just making tea, I might even stop it right now. So I'm pretty impressed with that, for sure. Let's see how much longer it takes to get to that rolling boil. All right, so we just hit 4 minutes, and I mean, and this thing is right there. It's a rolling boil right now. So, like I said, 28 degrees, 4 minutes. This thing's at a rolling boil. I'm pleased with that. Like, the amount of time it would take me to start a small fire just to heat up water if I wanted some tea. I mean, the effort would be, you know, a lot more than just turning a knob and hitting a Bic lighter. So I'm pleased with that. I'm going to shut this off and we're going to start steeping my tea and talk about this a little bit more. Okay, folks, so I got my tea bag in the water here, and we're gonna take this off, let it kind of cool on the side over here, and talk about outdoor cooking a little bit. So, like I said, this is the first stove I've ever purchased, and the reason I got it was really because if I was camping or even going for a hike, I would tend sometimes not to cook just based on effort. On a day hike, I would never really stop to cook some food outside just because it would take me so long to, you know, collect materials, start a fire. You know, I live in New Jersey, and you're not really, you know, there's very few places you can have a fire. So it's just a little bit of a hassle, not really worth the effort. I would generally bring like snacks with me, but if I want a hot meal, like I just wouldn't put in the effort most times. If I'm camping, I'll have my fire where my camp is, but I tend not to cook there because of the bears. I don't want to attract any animals to my camp. So then I would start a second fire, you know, 100 yards away, cook, and then come back to camp. Something like this, it'd be much easier for me I figured it would be much easier for me to, you know, just on the way back to my camp from fishing or hiking, just stop, cook some food real quick, eat it there, clean all my dishes there, and then head back to my camp. Or, I mean, like a day like today where I'm going for a little hike, how simple was it for me to just heat up some tea and then I can continue about my day. I mean, 10 minutes to really, you know, break out my cooking gear, set up a stove, boil some water and steep some tea is I mean, that's phenomenal. So I think that's why the stove is going to work out really well for me. Okay, so it's been about 6 minutes since the stove has been on, and one of the things that I notice is that it does take this some time to cool down. Now I can have my hand on this, and it's cool to the touch now. It took about 6 minutes for it to cool down, so I feel comfortable now unscrewing this and packing it back up. Now when you unscrew this, you're going to hear a little bit of the gas escape for half a second, and it's done, and that's it. Take my little cap here, put it back on, and I'm going to fold this up. Now, I will say that this stove folds up a particular way. If you don't fold it up properly, it's not going to fit back into the carrier as conveniently. So that's how it packs down, right into its little box. And like I said, there's enough room in here. Like, I had a hard time fitting a full-size Bic lighter in here, but it will fit. But these little mini ones, boom, done. And then very easily, take my bush pot, fuel in, canister in, and then same thing with this, it just fits, so I gotta kind of play with it a little bit, boom, right back in. So that's done in a way. Let's grab my tea, take the lid off. Whew, you can see it's still steaming. Let's see how hot this is. Oh yeah, it's hot. Almost too hot. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Alright folks, so it's been about 15 minutes since this tea has been boiled, and it's still almost too hot to drink. I'm very pleased with the stove today. I think that it'll work out well for me, and once again, just make it more convenient so I'm more likely to cook outside. I think I'm going to follow up another video with my cook set here because it works out really well for me, and there's some specific features that I love about this set that made me purchase this over some other pots that are out there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate your views. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to try to bring more videos similar to this to you in the future. Thank you so much.